You mentioned flexibility. Andy, I want to ask you about this, because you've probably studied this a lot. How are organisations coping with flexibility? Are some of them finding it a bit of a challenge to cope with the fact that the workforce has all sorts of different time zones, effectively, of people's needs and demands?
Yeah, so obviously we're a global organisation, 500,000 people nearly, 200 odd cities around the world, work on client sites a lot, and yet we work in strongly distributed, connected teams, and we've had to work heavily on both the infrastructure around that and the behaviours. Actually, the behaviours, probably matter even more when you get the technology working right. You still need to activate that set of behaviours within global teams. But I think flexibility is a much bigger topic than just where and when work happens. You look at you look at the UK workforce or globally. There's a huge demand from people to work flexibly, and that's more than just working hours or contract types. It's things like, what form of work do I want to do? Do I want to be an employee? The kind of idea of an employee kind of only goes back a couple of centuries. The idea of being a worker goes back much, much longer than that. And we've got this proliferation of different types of work happening now, particularly in the US economy and now in Europe as well. So kind of gig working, freelancing, etc. Working in an ecosystem. So actually the people doing the work inside the organisation aren't necessarily just your employees. And I think that desire for flexibility from people, a lot of that's about well-being, but it's also about, back to the topic of diversity, about allowing different types of people to work within the organisation. So, if people are part-time or full-time carers, how can they blend paid work in there? Or if you've got working parents in the workforce, how are you creating an environment that's flexible enough for them to work with you? But it's also kind of it's one of those topics where it's kind of good for people, but good for business as well, because we're here in London at the moment, in the middle of London, where the real estate costs are huge. Managing footprint of sites, managing productivity of teams, and this thing about kind of having a more motivated workforce because of flexibilities. Those are kind of good for people and good for business, but it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.